everyone? It is your favorite skinny, average, icon, legend, and superstar, Kaystopher. Welcome to day 2 of Vlogmas. This video today is a podcast celebrating the first year anniversary of House of Kaystopher. If you don't know about us yet, please go check us out on Facebook. We are House of Kaystopher, and also check us on WordPress. Enjoy day 2 of Vlogmas and stay tuned for more. What's up everyone, it is your favorite skinny, average, icon, legend, and superstar, Kaystopher, and you are tuned into what? Episode 3 of Clout, the podcast. I am not alone because this is a special episode. I am not rolling alone. I am with the one and only Lindelwa Khumalo, the co-founder of House of Kaystopher. And you guessed it, it's the birthday episode for House of Kaystopher since we celebrated a 1-year anniversary. But before you hear from Ndombi, I would like to tell you all about Ndombi in this little snippet. She is born and raised from Netherlands. She is Lindelwa Khumalo. Many know her as Sunflower. She shows her beauty and brings warmth through her music and writing. She is not shy from exploring her creative side and sharing life experiences with people. She is a strong, independent woman, one of 4 siblings from her family and a religious background. Her passion for music started in 2009 when she picked up the violin, and her second love is poetry. Who knew that? I knew that. And she got an opportunity to go far as the National Estaford and Regionals. She is that girl. She snatches trophies. Yes, she is. And she got trained by her icon, Tsepa Ngoma, for 2 years. She is currently working with the Delighted Image Project, that is DIP. Please go look them up on Facebook. They're an amazing group and they do tours. And if you would like to hear a beautiful orchestra, book them now. They are bookable, they are available, they are ready, they're going to give you music. So there's just a little snippet about Ntombi, but you'll get to know her more as the episode goes. So stay tuned. She is here. She is in studio. She is with me. I'm so excited to have her here because we are going to talk about the biggest thing that brought us in a working relationship together. If the people that are listening that are really average friends of House of Kaystopher, you would know who is in studio with me. But for those that don't know and they don't know who House of Kaystopher is a creative hub for writing, and this blog was started exactly a year ago, November 27th. And it was started by me and Ntombi, but the groundwork for it was actually in 2016 actually. So it's been in the works. It's just became, for people to learn, to listen, to hear from it and read about it a year ago, and we just celebrated a milestone. And I can say it's been a journey, and I'm so glad that I'm with the co-founder. I mean, this is someone that's going to tell you the runnings of House of Kaystopher. This is the same person that will tell you the ups and downs that we faced, and really we're going to get into the depth of how we're still going, what's going on, and personally you'll get to know where we are as creators and as people that we are, because as much as we are a business brand, we are still human beings at the end of the day. So we'll get to know about that. But first of all, how are you, Dumby?
I'm great, love. Excuse
your voice. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. The heat is too much.
You.
The heat is the most actually right now. But yeah. So if those who don't know you and that they didn't really listen to my intro.
Oh, that intro was...
Who is Ntombi Gayise? Lindelwa Khumalo.
I'm the girl with the big hair and the brown skin. I'm kidding. Well, I do have that, but
yes,
that's not all there is to me. I am an artist, I think.
Yes, you are.
I am an artist. I write some poetry that I haven't published. I'm just scared, you guys. Because I think when you when you're a creative and you write stuff, it's like standing in front of a crowd, naked, and you're just so open and you're revealing the innermost parts of yourself.
You're vulnerable, actually.
Yeah, you are vulnerable. I'm also a violinist, and I've been playing since 2009, as Katlego mentioned, and that has been by far the best gift ever.
I agree. I did play instruments when I was in school, but I didn't take it further. Not because I don't want to take it further.
Yeah.
I mean, you give me a recorder and you give me scales, I'll show you fire. You know, but I think we as creatives, we're talented in a different way. You know, some people have I mean, you can learn stuff, but it's the passion that you do you have the passion to excel in it, because I learned a lot of, I learned, yes, I learned recorder, then I learned violin, and then I didn't pursue it. Oh, then I learned marimba afterwards, but I didn't pursue it. Like I was like, I'm not gonna pursue it in high school or anything.
Yeah.
But you know, I think that was never my passion. My passion is what I'm doing right now.
See, that's the best thing about being human. You can define and redefine yourself. Because I played sports once upon a time. I was a sprinter. Then I realized, well, me and the sun.
I think it's, you must have a passion for something, and you must
Yeah.
literally like sit in it, and you must actually like literally
Enjoy it.
and also
it.
it must be the thing that kind of brings you, not kind of, but always brings you happiness and makes you happy, because really in some cases some people will do something and then it makes them so miserable that you're like, okay, get out of it, and they're like, I want to, but I can't. You know, I want to leave it, and they stay stuck and they feel so dead in it. And I'm like, yeah. But I think with House of Kaystopher, what that taught me was persistence, resilience, and really having a passion for something. Because when we started off on a high energy.
Yeah.
In the beginning, it was like, woo, yeah, and then the months dipped in, and I was like, oh, I'm not feeling great. I'm not feeling this anymore. You know, and the thing is, once you were there, and I mean, behind the scenes, there's Unkowisha that's happening, but I think it was also a testament of, do you really want this? And if you want this, you'll do what you can.
What are you willing to sacrifice?
What are you willing to sacrifice
How far
for
are
what
you
you
willing
want,
to go?
and
Yeah,
how much
yeah,
you're
yeah.
willing to push, you know? So I think when we say choose a passion and choose something that you're passionate about, it must also be something that, you know, the house can be burning, the sky can be falling. But trust me, if I'm waking up in the morning and I said, I'm going to whip up my laptop and I'm going to type, I am going to type with the sky falling, with my house crashing. Because it's what I'm passionate about. This is something that I live for and I breathe for, and I want you guys to know about it. So I think that's it's passion.
Yeah. More than anything.
More than anything, it's passion. Some people, it's a God-given thing. Like it can be passion, but sometimes like God-given, you know, abilities. That, you know what, I can do this, you know, and I can do it very well. But it boils down to passion. I always say, writing is a God-given thing for me.
Yeah.
I can go blind. I can go numb. I can lose my hand. But trust me, if someone is like, so do you want to write a story? Hell yeah.
Give it to me.
I will whip you a whole story, you know, because I think writing for me is a God-given. But the passion for it has to be something that comes from me. And it's what has kept House of Kaystopher going. It's what has kept me going.
It has.
And that's where we are. And I mean, a year later, it's a lot of work. We are literally going to get into the starting point, and I will go back to mid-June, July 2016, when I WhatsApped you and I said, hi, I'm writing a book, and I want to send you like a couple of chapters. Read it and let me know how you go, and if you like it, you know, you like it. And one email led to us being like, okay, how about we start a whole brand, you know, of expressing our creativity and showing people what we feel and showing people our writing. And it was like, oh, I'm down for it, you know, let's do it. And I mean, we really kicked it off with a bang. We
We did.
really started, and that began. And I think we had different visions for it, but I think the one simultaneous vision for it was that we want to create a platform for ourselves first, then open doors for other people, because I think we both have this
It starts like that because
we have this understanding of you can't leave someone else behind, you know. So as much as we would like to make it big, we also want to take people under our wing and also, you know, tell them, you know what, this is what you can do if you want to get to where we are, you know, and show the people. And that was like our one common goal. And it's still even today. It's just that we're different people right now from where we were a year ago. Things have changed. Literally, guys, lives have changed from when we started the brand into where we are today.
Yeah.
And I'm glad for the change, but at the same time, it's not been easy.
It hasn't.
It hasn't. I don't know about you, but for me, I think the biggest thing that I learned throughout has been time. There's a time and there's a purpose for things, and you shouldn't rush. Like, there will come a time for you to be great, there will come a time for you to be big, but there also comes a time where you need to be working.
Yeah.
So, and I now come to the realization of, if I spend 2 weeks working, I will take another month relaxing, and I should be okay with that. But in that 2 weeks where I'm working non-stop, I'm going to push myself to produce XY amount, so that it can cover for the time that I'm going to go away, relaxing, doing nothing.
Yeah.
Because me, myself, as a human being, I can't make myself tired. I can't tire myself. I can't worn out myself, because if I do that, my whole creativity just goes into a spasm, and it's like, you were not taking care of us. You thought that you could do this, you know, and you can't. So I learned that. But also, I think whilst we're still going through like personal issues, it also gave me like I need to take care of myself before I start going outside.
Exactly, because it goes back to the saying that goes, you can't pour from an empty cup. So if you want to feed other people what you lack, then what's the whole point?
You can't. So when we were going through personal stuff, because we had a whole, I think, 4 months that we were not doing anything. But when I was going through that, I had to learn that I need to take care of myself.
Yeah.
And make sure that I'm okay before I come through and release stuff, you know, give content to people. And I think when we had a talk, I was like, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to, I mean, on the forefront of the business brand, we were like, we're taking a break because we're going to look for sponsors, we're going to look for people, which we are. We actively still looking for people that could sponsor and everything, but that was an opportunity for me to also take a break and to literally, I'm not saying love myself, but really take good care of myself. Because as much as we launched in 2017, I started working from 2016, you know, and I've been working since 2016 up until to the point of launch and after launch date. And it's like, you haven't been kind to yourself, you haven't been giving yourself a break. All you've been thinking about is work, and you're like, that's not healthy, you know. I'm a human being, I need to relax and do everything. So I learned a lot of things in the first year. Also, I learned how self-love is an important thing, and I think people don't talk about it a lot or don't stress about it enough, because guys, you need to be happy with you.
Yes.
If you're not,
you're your longest relationship.
You are. You're not someone's child. Yes, it's cute, but you are you. Hey, like you. And if you don't take care of yourself, you're going to burn out. And I think that's one of the things that I experienced with the one company that approached us in the months after we launched. Production company came through and they asked if we could write a script for them.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, we like the first script, we like another script. But in that time, I was going through a lot of things emotionally. And my life was also not really looking so great. It was like so grey. And I'm like, I don't think I can write anything in a very, very dark place, you know. Because if you're in a dark place, you don't have, there's no oxygen tanks floating, there's no air, there's no water for you to drink, there's practically nothing. And that company approached us when I was still in an oxygen tank, looking for water, looking for things, and I wasn't there. And once the rejection happened, I was like, oh, okay, you know. But I think I learned that you need to take care of you. You need to love yourself. You need to really be kind to yourself and be good to yourself in order um,
To serve
to
others.
serve others.
Yeah.
And I think you were talking about last time I saw you, we were talking about affirmations, you know, and you need to affirm yourself as a person. You
Yeah.
need to say, I, well, me, my mantra is I, skinny, average legend, superstar, and icon, you know, Katlego Christopher Koza. And then I think the whole you're perfectly beautiful, you look like a model, you're Linda Evangelista. I affirm myself every day so that I know that I'm saying, you know what? It's like Lady Gaga was saying, 100 people in a room, 99 can say no. If one person in the room says yes, then you're okay. It's really that story
Yeah.
of in a room there's 100 people, 99 don't like you. You just need that one that says yes, you know. And if that one says yes, you good. And I do that with myself every day. I'm like, listen, it's today, it's a new day. Bangin.
No, going back to the quote about having 100 people in a room, 99 don't like you, and one does. There's this quote I read about confidence. I'm not quite sure who the author is, but it says, confidence is not walking into a room and assuming everyone will like you. Confidence is walking into a room and being okay if they don't.
That's true. I could believe that. That I think that's actually true.
It is.
It's truly about that. But yeah. What okay, let's go into your experience and then we'll cover the highlights of the first year. How was your experience as a co-editor and co-founder?
Co-editor, I learned so much about myself. I'm an introvert, right?
We know. I know. I don't know. The people don't know, but I know.
I prefer my work to speak for me instead of me blowing this whole horn about, yeah, I'm good at this, I'm good at that. So I'd rather under promise and over deliver. So when I got the opportunity to edit your work, first of all, I was gobsmacked. Yes, we are friends, but wow, you trust me with your thoughts like that. You know, you valued my opinion and whatnot. So yeah, edited the work for Ndimlo. And then there were these short stories. Love is Gone.
I forgot the second one actually. But the second one is up. I forgot. I literally forgot the second. Oh my god! I forgot the second short story. But it's somewhere. I know it's on. It's on the site. Like you can just go look for it.
Yeah.
But it's Love is Gone and the second short story. Yeah, no, I remember. But yeah, you also had the opportunity to edit the scripts
Yes,
for the companies.
I did. And with that, when I started going through personal things, because I had already agreed to be a part of House of Care and whatnot, and I was starting school again, and I was going into music like full time, and then I had this. I had spread myself too thin.
I think I also did the same thing. I really found myself, I was like stretching myself, and I don't know. There came a point where I was like, what's important? Is school important or is this thing important to you? Because you need to choose how do you, which I had to come to a decision where, how do I put my energy and where do I put my energy to?
Yeah.
Because I don't know. Women do this where women can multitask and put energies in different places.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not saying men don't do that, but me, your icon, I put my 100% energy on one thing, and I'm like, this is going here, and this is going to work here. And the problem was, when everything was going around, like being sick, going through personal issues, school and everything, I had no energy. So I was like, I'm spreading myself too thin right now.
So yeah, with spreading myself too thin, I now had to reprioritize, right? And this is where a lot of lines got blurred.
Yeah.
Because yes, we are friends, but at the same
There's
time,
a working relationship.
there's a working relationship. And because I wanted to sort of save everything all at once, so have school, have music, have House of K, and also have Katlego, my friend. I was like, okay, I will do my best, right, to just juggle these three. Juggle these three.
And listen, if anyone's listening to me and is like, oh my god, you guys sound so... Hey, when I say let's work, I really mean it. And maybe sometimes it comes as a criticism. You don't understand what I'm going through. You're not sympathetic with me. When I say it's work time, I'm like, hi, I need you to also, come and work, let's get this work in.
Yeah, come to the party.
I am that person sometimes, and I know that I am that person. I'm like, hey, it's time to come into the party. Let's party, And then you'd be like, I'm not feeling great. I'm like, You have an agreement with me that says you're going to party with me, and I say it's party time. And I think that's when the lines got blurred, because there was a point where I was like, girl, I'm not doing anything, and I need you to come through. Like, can you now come through? And you're like, I'm gonna try to come through for you. And I'm like, oh, I don't like that try.
At that point, if I had
I really don't like that try.
If I had said, you know what, this is what I'm going through at the moment, and I have to cut off a few things, and unfortunately, I have to put this project on hold, I think we could have handled it a whole lot better. But because I wasn't forthcoming and I wanted to it's okay to want to live up to your promise, but as a person, I learned that I should know my limits and never, ever spread myself too thin. Because by doing that, by putting my part on hold, I put the whole thing on hold. Because think of this as an engine with those gear wheels that go into each other. If one gets jammed, the whole thing doesn't move.
True.
So I think that is the biggest lesson I'm taking from this. It's okay to say no to your friends, guys. It's okay to say, you know what, I'm overwhelmed.
Yeah.
I can't do this. I need a break. Take your break. And then when you're ready, you can either choose to go back and do what you're supposed to do, or go, you know what, actually, I can't do this anymore. And that is fine.
And that when you finally spoke to me and you're like, this is what's happening and this is where I'm at, and I think I would like to leave, I'm not saying that I'm leaving because of I don't like working with you and everything. And I was like, I'm not angry. I wasn't angry with you when you said I'm going to leave, because I know Ntombi, the best friend that I have, I know Ntombi, the person that I'm in business with. If Ntombi, the best friend that I'm with, is really not in a great status, and the thing is, as you were saying, you were not forthcoming, so I had no clue what you were going through.
Yeah.
So in my head, I was like, Ntombi, my friend, is not going to cope with this. I'm going at a 120. She's already at 40 miles per hour. If I'm going at 120, that's too fast for her. So how do I expect someone who's at 40 and I'm going at 120? And at the same time, I think I was going through some psychotic break, and I was like, when I sat back and I reevaluated myself, I was like, yeah, you were truly going through something very crazy, because I was going at 120 and I was like, I'm pushing through, I'm pushing through, I'm pushing through, I'm pushing through. And I'm like, I'm not taking care of myself at the same time, but I will, I was never angry with you. And I think I was quite happy when you spoke about it. I was like, oh, now I get it. You know, I get it why she was not responding to my emails quickly. I get it why she was not responding to my text very quickly. I now understand it. And when you said, I need to leave, and I was like, oh, okay. I'm okay. You know, like this can continue, but you know what? Since you're leaving, guess what? I'm taking a break as well. I am taking
Because now
a
you had
whole
double the
break.
work.
As much as having double the work, I was like, I'm also gonna take a break. I get where you're coming from, and I think it also comes in how do you as a person work? Because there's some people that can have life going through whatever they're going through,
But still manage
but
to
still
deliver
manage
quality.
to deliver. You know. And then you get me, who's like, I can't give you anything great if I'm going through something. Like, it will feel mediocre. I will taste mediocre in my work, and I'll also see mediocre in my work. So I'm not gonna give it to you guys. And hence there was like the long gaps in like publishing things,
Yeah.
or when I post things. There was this space, and I was like, it's okay, you know, because right now I'm just also in a recovery position. Because really, I can't work when my mind is haywire. I can't. I sound normal. Like you can talk to me when my mind is going like 1,000 miles. And I think this is one thing that I was listening to another podcast where there are friends in this podcast,
Yeah.
and the one friend was like, when you had your mental psychosis and you eventually had to go to rehab because you started going back on drugs, I don't know what to do with you. And if you said you're fine, I believe that you're fine.
Yeah.
You know, because you sometimes have to believe the person. You don't want to actually bother the person and be like, "Hey, what's wrong?" You know, if the
Because
person
you might push them away.
you might push them away. So you need to like give the person
The benefit of the
the
doubt.
benefit of the doubt. And then once you as a person start seeing, oh shit was not really okay, then it's okay for you to see it. But don't be the one that's pressing the buttons, you know. Don't force. So the friend was like, when you had your psychotic breakdown, then you were in rehab, I was like, oh, okay, this person was fine, you know? But clearly they were not fine. But I mean, I believed them. I had to believe them because this is my friend. And if my friend says, I'm fine, you go with the story.
They'll tell you when they're ready.
They'll tell you when they're ready. But yeah, I think also, I appreciate it. And I was like, it's okay. There's don't be my friend. There's don't be my co-worker. There's don't be my editor. There's don't be the co-founder. And if don't be the co-founder, editor, and co-worker doesn't come through, let me have one don't be okay? Like, can the one don't be fine? Like, can that one don't be like, you know, school is this way, home is this way, I'm feeling this way, but I'll be okay. You know, I'm okay with that. Like, that's good enough for me. And I'm glad that I had a friend that I actually went into like a partnership with and an agreement. I'm glad we had the experience, because it now puts me aware, and also to be like, know the people that you're working with.
Yes.
And also don't be an ass, because I think maybe at some point I was being an ass, and I think I am sometimes. But don't be an ass at the same time, you know? Know the people that you're working with, know them very well, and then also know them when they're starting to retrieve. Also, allow them to retrieve at the same time, and don't just be aware. Know your people. Know the people that you're with. Because if you don't know them and things pop up, you're going to be so mad. You're going to be pressed. You're going to be oppressed like a play button. And you're going to be like... And I think that's something that I learned with this. And I'm quite grateful that I still have my friend.
Yeah, I'm
At the
also
end of the day,
grateful.
I'm grateful that I had my friend. I might not have the co-founder anymore. I'm not pressed about that. You know, I can work, and when I work. But I'm if I can have my friends, you know, people that I can call at the end of the day and have a meltdown with. Like, I can call you and cry, and you'd be like, oh, I don't want to work anymore. I don't want to type anymore. I just, you know, If I
Yeah.
can have those people that I can call, I'm good. I'm fine, and I can still continue with life. But I'm glad that we had the experience, and I think that was like what 7 months in,
Yeah.
because before we made it now to this year to the anniversary, we were going through whatever we were going through. But yeah, highlights. What are your highlights for House? Because when we last spoke, your highlights were the companies approaching us,
Yeah.
and I was like, that's not really a highlight for me. And I didn't go into like explaining it how it
Yeah.
wasn't a highlight for me, but I think you got it. So is it still the companies approaching you? Was that a highlight for you?
Recognition is a thing. I don't know, maybe if it's only about me, because I'm a perfectionist and I'd rather do something and do it really well or not do it at all.
True.
So putting in effort and just putting your work out there and someone goes, hey,
We like what you're doing.
we like you, we like what we see, we would like you to come through and collaborate. That was a highlight. The other one, it's all thanks to you for just pulling yourself towards yourself and just carrying on with this and launching Indian Law. How many downloads is it at now?
I didn't check this week, but last time I checked, we were sitting on 80. That's 80 downloads. I think I sent 4 more copies last week, so in total it's 84. But on downloads, I think I'm sitting on 60. But like people that I emailed, people that I sent the copy to,
Yeah.
it was like 24. So I'm sitting at 84. But I'll go back and check on the website to see how many downloads have happened. But that's a big thing.
Yeah, it's big.
That was yeah. I will let me talk about the highlight for you and why I still don't agree with it, but I understand what where Ntombi's coming from. We were fortunate enough this year. We were highly blessed, and I'm still grateful for that blessing, even though it did not go through. I'm still grateful for it. We were approached by 2 production companies, and both companies wanted us to present scripts for them and show them our writing. The first company, we were, think 3-4 months in,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken, and it was still early times. And then it was the next company came in probably August this year, August, September. That's when we stepped in with them. And it didn't. Both companies ended up rejecting us. For me, it wasn't. It's the reason why I don't choose as a highlight was because I have this thing of I would. I'm one person that's like, people came when I was still laying, when we were still laying foundation bricks, when the cement was dry, yeah, like, and the bricks were on, but the house was not complete, like I in myself felt like it was so early in the starting point to be approached by people, because I'm one person that's like, if you're gonna meet me, I'd like to show you a whole catalog, like I want to show you, hi, it's me, and here's what I've worked on so far, and da 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 da. And look at what I've done. If you like it, you let me know. If you don't like it, it's okay. But the thing was, I wanted to have a variation of things before people could come.
present.
Yes, before people can be like, hi. So, yes, the companies were a lesson, but they were not a highlight for me because I would say it was too early for me. I think it's too early. I thought it was very early. As much as the recognition and the validation from people is like, we see what you're doing. I'm like, I'm glad that you guys see it, but I don't think it's ready. I don't think it's
But doesn't that
there. Because, like I hope you understand what I'm saying.
I do
you
see
get it,
it.
because I'd rather be now. If a company rolls up now and it's like, we
when you
like you,
feel
and
you've
I'm
done
like,
enough? You feel like you're at your prime.
I feel like right now, if a company had to come through and say, House of Kaystopher, we want you guys to come through, I'd be like, here's the discography, here's the albums, here's the stats. Look, and if you like what you like, I'm ready. I can jump onto the board and go in the boat. I think before I was still growing as a person, as a writer, and as a person. And if I did take on something, and if they did grant us to do what they
I think you would have
wanted,
lost your magic.
I would have lost it. I would have not stayed the same. And I think it's one of the things that I did talk to you about is that whenever we arrive to a point where we've made it big, I don't want to make it big because once I made it big right now, I'm going to go wherever the wind pulls me. I need to be
So you don't think
firm.
you'll be grounded?
Yes. Because if I said yes, if the first company was like, let's go ahead, let's move ahead, I would have rolled with whatever direction they would have went. They would have said, oh, we want a script that's like this. I would have given them a script that goes that way. And I wouldn't have not kept true to myself.
Okay.
Like I would feel that it's not my work. Like it would feel
foreign?
Yeah. It would not feel like I did that. And I wouldn't be like, I put my stamp of approval. Unlike now, with everything that I do, I always, at the end of it, I'm like, yeah, I feel great about this. And if they did approach us and they're like, let's go, the wind could have taken me east, I would have went east. South, south. North, north. Hey, I would have went. And the thing is, I did not want that at the time. I needed to be firm. I want to be firm in myself, firm in what I'm doing, so that whatever wind may come my way, I don't blow. You know, it's when you read it, you're like, I know this is Katlego. When you listen to the podcast, you're like, this is he, you know, Skinny Legend. He did that, you know. That's where I'm at, and yes, I'm grateful that they approached us, but I always say, for you to highlight for me,
it's not.
It's not. But the highlight for me would be actually, it's a thank you. Like you said, thank you to me. I think it's a thank you to you because the confidence that I didn't have in myself 2 years ago, versus the confidence I have now about myself, is major because having someone to believe in you, having someone to say that I think you're doing great, go forth, go forth and conquer. That for me was great. The validation from someone to say, you're doing something, this is something, this is gold, and I think that for me is a highlight, the push, like, go ahead, you've got this, just go and do it. That for me, I think, is a highlight. The confidence, not the confidence per se, but the believing in me and saying, you've got this, you can do this, let's go. And I think that's a highlight for me, is the confidence that I'm in, because now I'm quite not confident per se, but I've got courage to do things, like, podcast, YouTube.
Hey now.
Writing. Like there's the courage to do stuff. I'm able to push myself. I can't just say I'm a photographer and a writer now. Now I can say, you know what? Do you listen to Clout the podcast? Do you know about it?
Yeah.
That's where I'm at. Like I've spread myself, but I've also remained Katlego in it. Like as much as it's fun to do podcasts, it's fun to do YouTube videos, it's fun to do writing, there has to be, at the core essence, I still have to be myself. And that's what I spoke about in the last podcast, is media is so difficult sometimes, where you struggle to be yourself. You have to spread yourself so far. Like I had Lesego last time, and Lesego was saying that you can't just be an actress anymore. You need to be a director. You need to be a musician. You need to be a backup dancer. You need just so that you can just survive and make a living and have like.
But then doesn't that grow you as a person?
It does, but the thing that I was saying in it, but don't lose the core essence of who you are as a person.
At the end of the day, you're an artist.
You're an artist. But you don't want to spread yourself so thin that you don't know what motivates you, what gets you out of bed. Because if you move into a territory where you just wake up and you're like, I'm waking up to go get coins,
But look, if
that
you
mindset
are
kind of doesn't, in the long run, it affects your own, your power, and I think your own strength, because it's great to be versatile, but be versatile and be true to yourself at the same time. I don't, I like, I'm not against change, I'm not, but it's like, don't forget who I am. I don't forget who I am at the end of the day, but guess what? I love what I'm doing. It gives me opportunities to spread myself, but I can't lose who I am.
okay. My take on this is if you dip your fingers in many pies, but they're all apple pies. So you are actor, director, field manager, script editor. You are within the same field,
True.
right? Storytelling. So you're not necessarily spreading yourself too thin. You're just becoming more well-rounded.
Good.
Because if you know things from a director's point of view, when you're in front of the camera, I think you'd behave better. You'd articulate yourself better. And yeah, so spreading yourself too thin would mean, okay, I'm in arts,
Finances.
I'm in finance.
I'm in geography.
See?
Sorry.
You see, exactly, like opposing fields. But I'm saying if you are
In the one field,
exploring in one field, I think you just become a much better artist. Let's take my conductor, for example. He rearranges music. He plays the piano. He plays it well. He's mastered the piano. He has mastered the violin. He has mastered the viola. He has mastered the cello. He's an okay singer. So you see,
great, but he's okay.
Him mastering all these instruments and being able to rewrite and rearrange music has made him a better musician.
True.
So if you want to explore a field, like Ulisego said, you can't just be an actress.
Yes, you can't. No, you can't. That's limiting yourself.
Because if storytelling is your passion, then go all the way. Write your own stories. Like, okay, now I'm name dropping. I don't know if we'll be persecuted for this. But she's an inspiration, okay? Utu Sombedi. You know her, right?
Mm-hmm.
Being in front of the camera. And now she has her own script in the pipeline.
True.
Yeah.
That's true.
So
I get what you're saying.
If you are to spread yourself thin, do it within the same field.
Same field. Don't
but
do it in
don't bite off more than you can chew.
True.
In music, we always say move in semitones, meaning one step at a time. You can't just go from a G to a whole B without getting the G sharp, then the A, then the B flat, then the B, you know? Just progress at your own pace, at your own time. And if ever you feel like you've bitten off more than you can chew, it's okay to just take time out.
And take time out to yourself.
Yeah.
Please. Like, I'll never emphasize how it's important to take time out for yourself. Like, relax and love yourself. But yeah, my highlight has been how, I don't know. And I think it goes back to 100 people in a room, 99 cannot believe in you. If one says yes, go with that yes. And I think for you, when I approached you, you were like, yes, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, if someone believes in me and someone really thinks that this is good, this is amazing, maybe I can go far, you know? Maybe I can push myself to go that far. And we're here today.
We are here.
We are here. It's a year. It hasn't been an easy year. But I'm grateful. I'm grateful for this year. Taught me a lot. Next year we'll see, guys. We'll see. I can't drop anything yet about next year for Haus of Kaystopher.
Keep the mystery.
But I will say is that by December 20th, I don't know, December 20th, 20, 21 or 22, but between those 3 days, we will be dropping a second book. We'll be dropping our second book from Haus of Kaystopher. This will be the last book that I drop for 2018. I am not dropping anything else in 2018. This is my final drop because I've been dropping things, I think, since September, if I'm not mistaken. I think. When was the first podcast? I think it was in September.
September.
Yeah. The first podcast was in September. I think this is my final job for 2018, but I will tell you right now that keep on the lookout. And yeah, this has been our birthday episode. To the fans, to the people that are literally like our page, share our page, tell people about us. We are forever grateful for your support. I will mention the top 2 fans right now. Zimasa Amanzi and Karabo Angie.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much for being our greatest fans. Thank you guys for being our supporter. Thank you so much for being the best people that you guys are. Thank you for supporting us, and thank you for literally reaching out to us and saying you guys are doing amazing work. We appreciate it. We are grateful to get your guys' inboxes and your messages and your texts saying that you guys are doing amazing. We love it. Keep on giving us content. Thank you guys so much. Thank you to all the former people that were in House, that were part of everything that I was doing in House, to the new people that are in House, because I'm not alone. I never work alone. I am a, how can I put it? I micromanage, but I'm not alone. I have someone in my life that says, today you write, tomorrow you rest. Today you record, tomorrow you rest. I had that person in my life. She's in my life, and I'm grateful for her. I really am. But thank you. Thank you so much for listening into today's podcast. I am your host, Kaystopher Koza, and I am not alone. I am joined by the lovely Lindelwa Khumalo. Stay tuned to next week's episode. She will be back in studio with me to have a December edition podcast. You don't want to miss this. This episode is everything. You are going to enjoy it. You're going to laugh with your friends, and this is for everyone. So tell everyone that Clout the podcast is alive and is kicking, and we're going to be here every week. So share the good news, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Ionakana Christopher, and stay with us.